Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to take a look over another Star Wars The Black Series for you guys, and this time we're going to take a look over another figure that I've been also trying to get for years. Now, if you guys don't remember my previous toy hunt, I keep saying I need to get the Ned-B figure. If you guys don't know, the character was from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, a mining droid, if I can recall. But I never had a chance to get it because I was actually focusing on getting for the Transformers. Which I do apologize for that, so my bad. But now, years later, here we are, and now I have it in my hands. And I need to check which number this one is. Okay, so this is number 10. Okay, so this one we have here is the Star Wars The Black Series from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. We have here is number 10, Ned-B. Before we continue on, you guys do me a little bit of quick favors, so I'll be right back. Hey you! Stop what you're doing! Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and enjoy your day. So, most people actually want to know where I actually got this. I got this figure on Amazon, and he's actually was on a good, decent price for about $10, and actually it was my Christmas present for this one. Because I convinced my mom to get this one because it was cheap, and she said, alright. Yeah. So, this is a deluxe pack. Comparing this one with a normal size one right here. Here we have a normal packaging style, what it's look like for this one right here. Yes, I did a video on this for Hunter. And I am going to custom paint this one for my project. And don't worry, I will upload the two figures I have for a project I did. And if anyone was wondering what the project is, I'm using the clones and droids, but I am going to spend my collection for using the Mandalorians, Bounty Hunters, Jedi and Sith Lords for the Rainbow Six Extraction color scheme, like the suit. So yeah. But anyways, so this is a deluxe pack, and these deluxe packs right here cost about like $35. Now I don't remember what they actually cost right now because inflation. So I guess they like cost about right around $40 or $42. I'm not sure. So here's what the package itself is going to look like. You can see the digital render of Ned-B right here. And you can see the side right here. This is the plastic-free packaging version of the Star Wars Black Series. Yes, no windows, but you don't know if the figure has been tampered with in case someone steals it. Ugh. Anyways, he's right around 6.6 inches tall right here, and he comes with two accessories. On the other side right here, we have the artwork of Ned-B right here, which is my favorite. Nothing at the bottom, nothing at the top. And the back of it right here, if you want to pause the video to read the information about this one right here, and you can see right here on Ned-B, and he is number 10. So, Ned-B comes with 3 accessories, and I said yes, and I said 3, because one of them is actually a pack. So, here we have the pack for Ned-B right here, cast in this yellow plastic right here, which, by the way, nice detailing in the painting what Hasbro did. I love what they did with the scuffing right there, with the paint scrape, and it does look pretty fantastic. You can see this right here, which I don't know what this means, but you guys can tell me in the comment section what it actually means. And you just connect it to the back right here, and there's 2 little holes right there. Well, I'll show it off in a moment. It does come with this blaster right here, which I don't know the name of this blaster, but it is cast in this gunmetal gray. I think it is gunmetal gray. But like I said, cast it very well, and it does look pretty cool. And he comes with his hammer right here, because why not? And this is actually one of my favorite accessories, so yeah. Alright, just gonna stand this boy right here. And here we have Ned-B. And just want to say one thing, Ned does look so fantastic, and he's actually one of my favorite Star Wars characters, well, for droids, and damn, this is a good-looking droid. The painting and sculpting detail on Ned does look fantastic. The whole, the yellow with this shade of blue right there, with the paint scrape details right there, what added and painted into like a gunmetal gray, you guys can see, it does look pretty fantastic. And the head sculpt, by the way, looks so cool. Ned looked like he's working on the construction site, just telling like people, hey, you gotta put this shit over there, or not, this shit's gonna happen. And this is actually one of the best. Now, I actually do have a complaint about Ned right here because for some reason, when I try to stand him up normally, for some reason, this part right here is all the way up, while this one right here is all the way down. And I mean, no clue why. Probably I have him standing probably wrong. And yeah. One of the complaints about this figure also I have, well, and I know it's every copy, is the fingers are not like rubbery. They're just like almost like a hard plastic rubbery type. And it's kind of a pain and annoying to deal with because a lot of people are having some issues putting the blaster on one of his hands, which I'll get on with it at a moment. But yeah, that's one of the other issue. And I know a lot of people are complaining about the joints right here, this clear joint right here on the legs and the arm right here, which I never actually got any issue with mine. If you guys remember one of the other droids I have with the same articulation joint of this, that never broke. And mine is still surviving. So yeah. And of course, one of the other issue with Ned-B is this part right here. It looked like he has bottom apples right there. Yeah, does have somewhat of a head articulation, but if you try to move the head all the way down, that's the far it can goes. And by the way, the shoulder pad right here are in a rubber O-ring right here, so of course it will follow along. So that's actually pretty nice. Doesn't have any butterfly joint, which is kind of bullshit. Which I forgot to mention one thing on my Hunter figure, doesn't have butterfly joint, so bullshit on that. So articulation wise, the head head only, because on a barbell joint, both of them, only can go left and right, so that's kind of sucks. But for the rest of the neck can go left, can go right. It does go full 360 right there. It can go down that far, it can go up that far. Arms can go full 360 degrees right here. Oh boy, arms can go in and out like that. You do have a swivel part of the elbow right here. A perfect 90-degree bend right there. Another swivel at the forearms right there. You do have a wrist swivel right here, but this part is in the way. And the wrist can go side to side. And same thing on the other side of the wrist. You have an ab crunch, an arcing back, a full 360 right there. You can pivot side to side. Legs can go forward, about that far. Not that much back because of the ass plate. The legs can go in and out because of this is in the way, so that's kind of sucks. You do have somewhat of a thigh swivel right there. Swivel at this part right here with the knee. Almost like a 90-degree bend right there. Swivel the calf right there. Feet can go up and down, and you can pivot the leg side to side. And of course, no swivel like down there, so that's kind of sucks. And no toe bent, so articulation, you could do a bunch of possibility with this figure. Well, not that much, but it's still a pretty good figure, right? Now, these pieces right here, the little tubes, what is this for? Well, if you bring the backpack, which by the way, they are made of a rubber material, you can bring the backpack, connect it back here, you plug in to the backpack right there, which most people don't even realize, but some does, but others don't. And this is actually part of the connection for Ned-B, and mine doesn't actually pop out easily, and this is actually good, perfectly fit. And by the way, you do have a little bit of like a looseness right here, but it doesn't actually interfere much for articulation. And now for what he looks like holding one of the weapons. With the blaster, and like I said, the fingers are not made of like a rubbery material. So here he is, what he looks like with holding a blaster. You can barely go to the trigger finger, which is kind of sucks. And here we have what he looks like with the hammer. I'm trying to get this bitch in here. There we go. And here we have what he looks like with the hammer. And it does look pretty cool, but I wish the handle was a little bit longer so you can have it like, holding like this. To make it look like an actual sledgehammer. But, yeah, it is what it is, to be honest with you. And I just want to say one thing. It's actually adorable, and I love this character. And yes, I know there's a repaint version of a Carbonite Series 2 pack, which a lot of people hate the Carbonite series, and yes, I understand that why. It's just a metallic version of Ned-B. But I am actually interested to buying that one. Even though I'm going to custom paint this one for my project, you can't go wrong to get another one, right? I don't know. Alright, so I'm going to give him the final pose and give you guys my final results, so I'll be right back. This is the final pose I can actually give to Ned-B, so yeah. Well, like I said earlier for you guys, the fingers are made of like somewhat of a hard rubbery material right there. And you can barely hold the gun, and I wish they were actually made of like a rubbery material. Just my opinion. I forgot to mention one thing, he does have like details, he has like pistons on the legs right there, so I forgot to mention one thing, sorry about that. But overall, I actually do love this figure, and I actually do highly recommend it if you guys actually want to pick this up. He is on a cheaper price on Amazon, so I would highly recommend it to get it right now. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to end this right here. Also, forgot to mention one thing. There's no weapon stores putting away the blasters, same thing with the hammers, so this kind of sucks. So yeah. So anyways, have fun, stay safe, and I'm out.